How's it going, y'all? My name is Zenna. Welcome to my first video covering the finals. So right off the bat, I didn't play the beta and basically just completely overlooked this game initially. But once the full game launched and I saw my friends playing, I couldn't help but install it right away. I was pretty surprised by the 18GB download for the finals. I mean, most games nowadays are like 85 gigs, so I found it nice to get a free crossplay game that doesn't take up all the space on my PC. It's a small thing, but I thought it was a nice win before I even opened the game. The finals so far has been incredible to play. It takes great aspects from games like Battlefield, Apex Legends, and Overwatch, and combines it into its own individual experience. Even though I see certain aspects from other games, the finals is 100% its own game, and I love that. In my opinion, the modern day FPS genre has just been disappointing over the past several years, so to have a functional, free working FPS game on day one has been a breath of fresh air for many players, including myself. Above all else, I find the finals to be incredibly fun, and that's something I have not felt since Apex Legends launched back in 2019. It's been a challenge trying to play games with my real-life friends for years, and that's now has changed since the finals was released. We have a new game that we all enjoy playing together, and I think that says a great deal about the finals. It's creating social aspects and elements that really have been absent in my opinion. I'm curious if any of you have had similar experiences reconnecting with longtime friends. So let's talk about how this game works. The finals takes place in a stadium, almost like a game show. It really gives me Hunger Game vibes, when you have contestants putting on a show and competing for a main prize. Starting off, you pick your class, light, medium, or heavy. Each class has different weapons and gadgets to choose from that make your experience more unique. Light class is going to have faster movement, high damage weapons, and stealth options, but it also has the lowest health and can be eliminated quickly. Heavy is the exact opposite, slower moving tank character that can eat bullets and explosives for breakfast. The heavy class is an absolute menace for destroying structures, defending a position, or shielding the way for the rest of your team to push through to the objective. Last, but certainly not least, is the medium class. A nice balance of light and heavy, with a little more focus on a support role that can heal and revive teammates so they can get back in the action as fast as possible. Each class will choose one weapon, a specialist ability which is particular to what class you are using, and lastly, 3 gadgets, which you have a wide pool to choose from. Gadgets can range from jump pads, grenades, shields, or a range of other gadgets. I personally like to mix up my gadgets, so I have one for mobility, one defensive, and one for team play. The different classes and gadgets allow me to approach each situation differently and creates this really engaging gameplay loop. Each match ends up playing completely different, and that's one of the things I love about this game. It's not just rinse and repeat. You have to adapt to every unique situation that presents itself in the finals, and I really love that. So I want to talk about how to win in the finals. What is the objective here? There are 2 different game modes you can play as of right now, Quick Cash and Bank It. Both of these modes involve eliminating hostiles, grabbing cash, and protecting it so you can make the deposit. Quick Cash is the mode I will focus on, since that's the mode you will play for tournaments and ranked. Quick Cash essentially spawns a vault with $10,000, and you must retrieve the vault while fighting off the other teams and take it to the cash out station. From here, your team must defend the cash out station while the other teams try to stop you and steal your cash. If you are eliminated, you can respawn and try to fight back, but the winning team must score 20,000, which is the same as depositing 2 cash out stations. So just to summarize again, grab the vault of cash, deposit in a cash out station, defend the cash out station until your team finishes the deposit. Achieve 2 deposits to win the game, Tournaments play the same way, but have some extra depth. You can compete in a bracket with other teams and progress through 3 total tiers until you reach the finals and play a 3v3 match against the other best team in the tournament. It's a pretty fun way to prepare for ranked, since it's the same format, but without the extra stress of ranked play. What about the maps? The finals features 4 maps: Las Vegas, Seoul, Monaco, and Skyway Stadium. So far, all of these maps have been very enjoyable to learn and play. I'm about 20 hours deep, and I'm still experiencing new things every time I load in. Starting off as a new player, it can be a little overwhelming at first, but after some time, everything starts to come together. You have all these tall structures, buildings everywhere, maybe some moving platforms, bridges, jump pads, zip lines, and the list goes on. The finals has done a great job taking real places and converting them into these unique playable arenas filled with fast-paced action and incredible destruction. Some of the maps feature floating platforms for the cash-out stations. While this may seem like an impossible scenario to overcome, the finals gives you all the tools you need to defeat the enemy team and steal the cash. Yes, you could take the zipline or jump pad, but I think a little creativity goes a long way in this game. Instead of trying to fight your way up to the platform, why not just bring the whole thing down with an RPG? The finals present you with these intense situations that you have to overcome, but at the same time, if your team has the right tools and work together, it's incredible what kind of plays the finals is capable of. I see this game popping off in the competitive community, and I sure hope I can be a part of it. So how about the gadgets? I'm going to start off by saying I haven't used every gadget in the finals, but I do have enough playtime that I've experienced almost everything this game has to offer, and I'm pretty impressed. The finals provide some interesting gadgets that really allow you to get creative, along with more familiar items such as the frag grenade or zipline. I'm going to skip the explosive gadgets since those are pretty self-explanatory. You throw a grenade, shoot an RPG, and boom, you deal damage and blow a hole in the wall. Let's talk about some of the more unique gadgets, starting off with the goo. The goo can be used as a grenade, a gun in the heavy class, or the purple goo barrels scattered around the map. It's basically a spray foam that expands and can be used as cover, but that's the thing about the finals. There is more than one use for these gadgets. You can literally build a bridge and use the goo to cross. Throw a goo bomb and get an enemy stuck inside where they can't move, and boom, you have yourself a free kill. How about fortifying a position so you and your team can protect the cash out station? I found that gadgets can be used in multiple ways, and the finals gives you the sandbox to become innovative and outsmart the enemy in your own way. You might be thinking, geez, this goo stuff sounds broken, how can I counter this? That's another great aspect of the finals. Every gadget has a counter. The best counter for the goo has to be fire. It will burn all the goo in no time. If the enemy team has a cash out station fortified with mines and shields, then guess what? The light class has the perfect counter, the glitch grenade, which deactivates enemy gadgets in a small area. A lot of times teams will deploy gas on the objective, so you can't push, but guess what? You can counter with a fire grenade. The finals has this awesome gameplay loop where gadgets are very strong, but you can still counter and create your own unique outplays. So why do I like this game so much? Let's go over some of the pros. I think the finals seems to have decent polish, especially for a free game. I've really only encountered a couple of minor bugs. The destructible environment creates new strategies for objective play, whether it be bringing a building down, sending the vault on a jump pad to your teammate, like all sorts of crazy maneuvers and outplays and scenarios that could come from this game. Tons of customization for your character, but it's not pay to win. You can earn in-game currency, which you can use to unlock weapons and gadgets and abilities, and you don't have to do anything except play. So I think that's a really nice aspect to keep people engaged. They don't feel like someone else is ahead of them because they can just play a little bit more, earn the coins and unlock the same gadget that other person was using and try it out for themselves. So I think that's really nice. Incredible replayability. I literally streamed this game for like 9.5 hours last Sunday, I think it was. And yeah, I was just completely engaged. I stayed up one night till 3 a.m. playing with my friends, and like I never stay up that late anymore. So just so fresh and exciting to play, you know. Competitive focused gameplay and mechanics. So this game just kind of has competitive in mind, and I really like that. I will be attempting to grind ranked, but yeah, the competitive aspect of the game is very nice. Tons of gadgets and guns to expand the way you play. And again, you can just unlock that simply by in-game currency, which is fantastic. There is strategy, planning, and counters to the gameplay. It's not just plain old COD where you shoot, die, respawn, maybe a kill streak. One team's strategy may work well, while that exact same strategy doesn't vibe with your team. There's different ways to approach situations, and there's so many incredible outcomes that could come from playing the finals. What about some of the negatives? I mean, this game can't be perfect, right? There's got to be some flaws. First and foremost, I call this the Apex effect, but it's hard to play this game solo. You really need a dedicated, coordinated team to maximize your fun. I mean, every time I've had randoms, I know it's a new game, completely understand that, but the randoms are just punching a wall, or they don't fully understand what's going on. And, you know, that will change over time. I get that, but I definitely have way more fun with comms in Discord with my friends. Like, that, for me, is the best way to play this game. I think there still is some game balance issues. I'm not going to go too in-depth because, like, I'm not a game developer. I don't know exactly what they need to change, but to me, there seems to be a lot of explosive spam, and the gas can be a little annoying. Yes, I know you can counter it with an APS turret. Yes, I know you can counter the gas with fire, but still sometimes feels a little bit excessive. And in my opinion, the heavy class just runs the game right now. Talk about overwhelming if the enemy team has a heavy or even two heavies. I've seen sometimes it gets out of control so quickly when he's Hulk smashing the building, and this guy's got an RPG, and like it's just a lot. So I would like to see the heavy class looked at a little bit. In my opinion, this game needs duos. I don't know if solos would work. I mean, I'm down to try it, you know, if they want to just give us like a test run. But I think duos would be really nice. So let me know what y'all think about that. Sometimes with the destruction, like, it's awesome, right? But I've had situations where I get trapped under buildings and I literally can't move. Or this one time I was like shooting the bad guy. He's on the cash out station and I'm about to kill him. It was a heavy, of course, so he takes 3 million bullets. And as I'm about to kill him, like the last couple of shots, literally the building like crumbles in between us and he gets the cash out and we lose. Like, just but I guess that's the finals. I've been trapped in like weird structures like the AC vents. Like sometimes I just get stuck in between certain things. Or like if you're on the moving platforms, I call it the train. Like the platforms that kind of are on a rail system and move around. If you have the goo on that, it's like really buggy. And sometimes you'll get stuck and just fly off the map. So that's kind of an issue. Footstep audio just doesn't exist. I don't know if it's just me, but there's no footstep audio. And my frames barely get above like 120. And I feel like I have a pretty decent gaming PC. It's a 3070 Ti i7-12700K. And I run a dual PC setup. So like the finals isn't even taking, like I stream on a totally separate PC. So I feel like is anyone else experiencing like low frames on this game? Let me know. And the last thing I'm gonna talk about is the content. It's great now because like the game is fresh and new, but I would like to see a roadmap for this game and just kind of see like where are we headed, what are we doing, is there going to be more maps, more guns, more characters? I don't know how they would fit a fourth class in, but what is the what is the final goal, I guess, for this game? I don't know. I guess some of that depends on how well they like retain players and sell skins. You know, once they get more funding, then they can expand on the game. We'll just have to see what happens. All of this to say, I'm very excited about this content journey moving forward. The finals has caught me off guard, and I plan on grinding this game a ton. Yes, I will still be covering and creating Battlefield videos, but based off my initial impressions on the finals, this will be some refreshing new content to share on the channel. I appreciate y'all watching today, and I hope that you enjoyed. If there are specific things you want to see from the finals, please let me know and I will do my best to accommodate. But yeah, that's all I have for y'all today. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.